by Adam Kennedy. Adam is the Deputy Assistant to the President, Deputy Director of Communications. Good morning, Adam. Welcome to the Hugh Hewitt Show.
Thanks so much for having me on.
Now, Adam, tell us first what the Deputy Director of Comms does at the White House.
Well, I do a number of things. I work with the press secretary. I work with our comms team and our press team to make sure that that the American people hear the president's narrative, hear about his accomplishments, and how he's working for them.
Now, did you have a hand in yesterday's speech to the UN concerning religious liberty?
A small hand. Our speech writing team is fantastic and worked very hard on it. We were happy to assist.
So what's the thinking behind the president? This was unprecedented. The president never talked to the Religious Freedom Panel in the gathering. He was at the climate change gathering, and then he went right over to the Religious Freedom gathering, giving them a big boost. President of the United States has never done that before. What was the thinking?
Well, we've seen really a massive increase in religious persecution around the world, whether it's Muslims, Christians, Jews, anybody. We've unfortunately seen a massive spike, and the president wanted to make sure it got addressed and make sure that people knew around the world that the American president and the American people stand with them.
Now, the Secretary of State has held 2 Department of State gatherings of people from all over the world on religious liberty. It seems like this is a theme of Team Trump, no matter which part of the department it is representing, whether the president, the Secretary of State, or anywhere in the government. DOJ is doing the same thing on religious liberty.
Absolutely, and the president, in fact, hosted some victims of religious persecution in the Oval Office. We've had multiple remarks and speeches on it. It's a president who cares about the basic fundamental freedoms of people, not just in this country, but around the world.
Now, Alliance Defending Freedom is a sponsor of my show, so I know a lot about this issue. I've actually litigated religious liberty issues before. The judges he's appointing are religious liberty inclined judges as well. Would you agree or disagree with that, Adam Kennedy?
Absolutely. I would definitely agree with that.
And so what's the next step? You can give speeches, other than judges, to patrol our own First Amendment. What does the president do abroad to protect, as he said, Yazidis, Muslims, every faith tradition that is being persecuted anywhere in the world? The Baha'i in Burma, not the Baha'i, the Rohingya in Burma. What is it? It's the Baha'i are in Iran. What does he do to protect those indigenous religious subgroups?
Well, I think part of it is what we saw yesterday, which is making sure that he uses the megaphone of the UN and the presidency to really speak out about it and make sure people understand that this is an issue he cares about and the American government cares about. I think it's also working with world leaders to make sure they understand the importance of this to the president. And I think at some point it may mean even calling out some countries about what they're doing.
Mike Pompeo has called out specifically the People's Republic of China. Did the president mention them? I don't have his whole remarks. I only have some excerpts we pulled off of Grabian. Did the president mention the PRC specifically in his remarks yesterday, Adam Kennedy?
Yeah, I believe the president kept it broader about the persecution worldwide, but certainly there's been troubling news out of China about what the Muslim population there has had to suffer.
So, Adam Kennedy, what does the comms department do with a speech like this? We grab it, we grab clips from it. Do you post it? Do you send out actuals? Do you push it through every media source that you can, or do you expect them to come and find it?
We do a number of things. The first thing we do is we have an accompanying piece of paper called a fact sheet that goes through in more detail what the president is talking about and what we've been doing, what this administration has been doing to address it. We send that out at the top of his remarks. We then make sure we grab his remarks, grab excerpts from it, get that out to both the press and other people who may be interested into it. We make sure that our outside groups are organized around it and understand what the president is doing. This is something, again, that's so important to the president. We want to make sure it has as big of an impact as possible. Unfortunately, the media, like so many times in the past, has been fixated on 1 or 2 supposed scandals, but that doesn't mean we have to let that get in the way of us talking to the American people.
Now, you're Deputy Director of Communications. Who is the Director of Communications?
Stephanie Grisham.
Oh, so the press secretary took that job as well?
Absolutely.
Okay, I didn't know that. So now you guys then booked the president on radio shows.
Yes, we do.
All right. He's told me twice he's doing this show, but I haven't heard from you or Stephanie yet. So I'm expecting a call later in the day about when he's going to show up.
we'll do the best we can here to make sure.
No, I'm telling you, he's told me twice on the phone, yeah, I'm going to do your show, so you just got to go fight. Mr. President, when do you want to do the Hewitt show? Can I count on that, Adam?
I will do the best I can. He's up in New York right now. I'll do the best I can to get him to reach out.
Next week is great. Adam Kennedy, good to talk to you. Well done yesterday, President, giving an important speech. I want to play